Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today I want to go over just a quick short video of my top 5 running backs as we're going into 2023, not based off popularity or name recognition, but based off the stats and analytics, and also maybe a little bit of the health moving forward as we're going into 2023. At number 5, nice to be able to see Saquon Barkley get back to being the back that we thought he was going to be. I picked him in fantasy last year as kind of I hope you stay healthy for the whole year. He did, and it really helped out my big three. Let's take a look at the stats for Saquon Barkley. So as we're taking a quick peek here, right? So as you can see, started off his career pretty strong in 2018. 2019, the yards were there, obviously over 1,000, but the touchdowns and obviously the health as we're looking through year 2, year 3, year 4. But you had a very similar year from his rookie season, right, in 2018 to 2022. So I'm really hoping that he can keep that up going into 2023. 295 attempts, 1,312 yards, 4.4 yards average, 10 tutties, and hopefully we can get about 10, 11, 12 from him. So I really do like Saquon Barkley at the number 5 spot, and I hope that he can stay healthy. If he does, he may be able to go a little bit higher, okay? At number 4, now I know a lot of people are going to have Christian McCaffrey up a lot higher, right? But we have to understand, it's going to be about a number of things. Not only is he going to be able to get out there, right, and get it done on a consistent basis, or is he going to be able to stay healthy throughout the year? Now, he could end up being a number 1, number 2, or number 3 in most people's, rankings. I totally get it. There's Madden rankings, everything else, but there's so many other guys and so many other weapons, for that particular team with Kyle Shanahan. Let's take a quick look at the stats before everyone rips off my head, okay? So let's take a quick look here. Now, as we're looking at Christian McCaffrey's stats, one thing that's pretty glaring, obviously it's not going to be showing a lot of the receiving touchdowns, which we can get into that as well. But as you look at the career, obviously with the TDs, it's pretty low. I mean, you have a 2019 year where he had 15 tutties, right? And I know he's going to be able to get a combination of running and receiving. He'll be over 10, somewhere probably between 10 to 15 touchdowns total. But can we really count on him being healthy throughout the whole year? I'm not really sure. I'm hoping that he can. And I definitely think that the Niners and Eagles are going to be two of the best teams in the NFC, even though NFC is very weak going into 2023. You got the Eagles, you got the Niners, you got the Saints, and then maybe the Seahawks, and then a few other teams that'll be sprinkled in. So I definitely think that he has a chance to get over 10 tutties, a full year with the San Francisco 49ers, maybe something similar to the 2019 season, maybe a little bit lower on the tutty side, but he can end up getting 5 to 10 receiving, and he can get somewhere between, I feel, if he stays healthy, 8 to maybe 14, but hopefully it's over 10. So again, stats don't lie. Men don't lie. Yes, they do. Men lie, women lie. Stats don't lie. So again, Christian McCaffrey, you can have a number 1 ranking at the end of the season. No one's going to be surprised. But for now, looking at the stats, I got to put you at number 4. Same thing with like Saquon Barkley. Lots of potential. But as we know, injuries typically for Saquon Barkley at number 5. And then Christian McCaffrey at number 4. At number 3, I got Josh Jacobs, and I had him in fantasy also. I usually try to rack up guys that I trust, guys that are going to be a bell cow, guys that are going to be able to stay healthy. And as we start to look at my top 3, it's all about consistency. Now, if Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy for the whole year, they can surpass number 3, number 2, number 1, no doubt. But take a look at the stats now as we're going from Barkley, McCaffrey to Josh Jacobs. They don't have Carr there anymore. He will be the bell cow. And as we can look at Josh Jacobs' stats here, take a look. Very consistent. Look at that, 1,150 yards in his rookie year. 1,065 in his sophomore year. A little bit lower in 2021 with some injuries, 872 yards. And then last year, the breakout year, baby. And I had him in fantasy, 340 touches, 1,653 yards, 4.9 average, magnificent, and 12 tutties like he had in 2020. And again, he has been the bell cow. I love this guy, and I definitely think that he can have a very similar year in 2022 and 2023. I could have put Jacobs higher at 2, but again, I got to be able to kind of break down the stats. That's going to be realistic for me. And I do think he can be the bell cow. He's going to get a lot of opportunities with Saquon Barkley. If he can stay healthy, he'll get same opportunities at 3, 2, and 1. And McCaffrey, he's kind of in that spot where he'll get a lot of looks, but they have so many other weapons on offense, and Kyle Shanahan loves to spread it around. But I definitely think that you can repeat, as long as the injuries don't come into play, on what you did in 2022. And look at that, 7 tutties, 12 tutties, 9 tutties, 12 tutties. I love that. I love me some Josh Jacobs. And it was very tough, to be able to put a placement for him. And that's why I have him over Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, just based off consistency and his role going into next year. Of course, Saquon and McCaffrey could be number 1, number 2 as we're going into the end of the season, but their injuries still concern me as we're going into 2023. At number 3, we got Josh Jacobs. At number 2, this was tough because I definitely could have put Nick Chubb number 1. I know Nick Chubb is one of my favorite running backs, and you can definitely argue he is number 1 based off consistency alone. All right. And this was tough. I was really going back and forth with 2 and 1, but you'll see why I went the direction that I did. Now let's go down and break down the stats. Ooh, baby. Look at this. 2018 coming in with 8 tutties. 2019, 8 tutties. 2020, 12 tutties. 2021, 8 tutties. 2022, 12 tutties. This guy is the most consistent running back in the league besides my number 1. And look at the yardage: 996, 1,494, 1,067, 1,259, 1,525. And remember, he was splitting carries with Kareem Hunt. So some of these numbers could have been much higher. And in my opinion, arguably, he has been in the consideration and conversation of being the number 1 back the last couple years, but splitting time with Kareem Hunt. And obviously, we know the Browns are not very good. But as far as consistency is concerned, why do you think I pick Nick Chubb every year in fantasy? You're looking at the yards, you're looking at the tutties, but the main factor for me, look at the average: 5.2, 5, 5.6, 5.5, 5 yards per carry. This is a big argument, and I definitely could have put Nick Chubb as my number 1 back. But again, for 2, I can obviously give the respect and the love, and he's going to be right up there in consideration. And obviously with like Madden, they had him at 1, but I wanted to make sure I broke down the stats. And I definitely think that Nick Chubb is a top 2 back, if not number 1. Damn, he's number 2. Nick Chubb, you are the man. And at number 1, I know this may surprise people. Yes, I know he is getting a little bit older. But again, men lie, women lie, stats don't lie, okay? Derrick Henry is my number 1 back. Yes, I know Derrick Henry, all right, 6'3". He's getting older. He's 29. I get it. Once you hit 30, usually you start to have a little bit of a decline, but I got to give him the ranking for 1 more year, and then we'll probably have Chubb, Jacobs, McCaffrey, Barkley possibly surpass him. But the reason I have to give him the benefit of the doubt of being the bell cow, look at these fucking stats. This is fucking wild. Look at the stats. So you start off as a rookie in 2016, 5 tutties. 2017, 5 tutties. Then he was able to find himself and be the bell cow in 2018. 12 tutties in 2018. 2019, 16 tutties. 2020, 17 tutties. 2021, 11 tutties. And then last year, 13. I don't think a lot of people recognize that he was as good as he was last year. 12, 16, 17, 10, 13. No other back, even Nick Chubb, because he usually goes 8 or 12. So for 5 straight years of 12, 16, 17, 10, and 13. The lowest is 10. The highest is 17. He's got 1 more year before he hits 30. And if you look at the stats from last year, 1,538 yards, but you're looking at 1,059 in 2018, 1,540 in 2019, 2027 in 2020, record-breaking year with those 17 tutties, 937 with a little bit of injuries, and he still got to 10, and then 1,538 yards. And then you're looking at the average, right? 4.9, 5.1, 5.4, 4.3, 4.4. So the yards per carry is going down slightly, but I still got to give credit where credit is due. Most people will probably want to have McCaffrey as 1, Chubb up there maybe at 2 or 3, but I have to just go based off age, based off carries, based off the role with the team. The Titans are going to be bad. The Browns aren't going to be that good either. Raiders probably won't be that bad. So these guys are going to be the bell cows. You're going to have to split carries in time, but McCaffrey definitely has number 1 ability, number 1 stats if he can get the ball enough, and he can be number one at the end of the year if he actually can stay healthy through a full season, and that's a big question mark. Same thing goes with Saquon Barkley. You could end up being the number 2 back overall, but can you stay healthy on the Giants? And obviously him holding out with the contract and wanting to get paid, that might affect a little bit of his ability with his mind, not focusing really what's on the field, or he possibly may hold out because he wants to get paid. So again, a quick recap for my NFL top 5 running backs in 2023. At number 5, Saquon Barkley. At number 4, who may be number 1 in most people's books, Christian McCaffrey. At number 3, Josh Jacobs. Number 2, Nick Chubb. And number 1, Derrick Henry. But honestly, I really wanted to do Nick Chubb number 1. But as far as the tutties, but he's not 30 yet, I had to give him the respect. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back doing wide receivers tomorrow. Oh, baby. Top 5 running backs in 2023. Let's get it. I'm out, baby. Gang.